So let's do that. First,
Sure.
let's talk about the board, because that's something which is the latest development
Yes.
in terms of the corporate news.
Yes.
The way markets perceive sudden resignation of board members is that there is something which the board members know and they are not accepting it.
Right.
Why have the board members resigned?
Yeah. So I think there was some media speculation around that. What I would say is that, the two resignations that happened, both regretted resignations, is that they just seem to converge from a timing perspective. As you've seen, both the directors did say that they were doing it for personal reasons, and which is also the fact that, they were doing it for personal reasons. One of them actually wanted to step down earlier as well, but was told that, look, there's been a management transition, so stay in there and help with the management transition, which was done. Now I've been here for over 3 months. And then, like I said, because of the timing, it appeared that it was something which either got orchestrated or came on the back of some events. All I will say is that it was just coincidental that both resigned at the same time. But as far as the board itself is concerned, what I would like to assure, the markets, stakeholders, and other investors, etc., is that the board is completely united. Yesterday we had a board meeting before and post the AGM. It was a very, productive, very constructive meeting. And anybody who's saying that there were divisions within the board or that the board is in a meltdown phase is completely wrong.
But facts, you think it's too much of a coincidence that 2 board members have suddenly resigned after you took over?
So I took over 3 months back. So this happened now, and like I said, that it's just a matter of coincidence, the timing that the 2 of them decide to go at the same time.
Okay, Mr. Gandhi is now on the board.
Yes.
And that is something which in a sense is going to be, I think markets should also realize that Mr. Gandhi is coming on the board is a clear indication that there is a former RBI deputy governor who knows what's happening in the bank now.
Yes.
You think one must not undermine the importance of that?
I think, forget undermining, I think, one needs to fully appreciate actually the importance of having RBI appointed additional director on the board. It should give the markets a lot of confidence. I mean, if anybody thought there was a certain amount of opacity around facts, or there was something that was happening which was not right, then that gets addressed by the presence of the additional director appointed by Reserve Bank of India. So for the board meeting that we had yesterday, Mr. Gandhi attended in person. He was there. He observed everything, the way business, etc., got transacted. Obviously, contributed a lot given his experience as Deputy Governor DBR and his standing in the financial services business. So I said this earlier at the time of his appointment, and I'll just repeat that it's a very positive development as far as the bank and the board are concerned. And yesterday he was there, fully engaged, participated well, and like I said, that we had a very, very engaged, constructive and a productive board meeting yesterday actually, Nikunj.
Anything in the AGM which we should know, because there's a lot of speculation, sir, and you are in the perfect position to clear the air. Why don't you use this forum to clear all the air? You'll appreciate that there is a lot of social media angle and all kind of opinions float around.
Right.
We were not part of the AGM.
Yeah.
We are picking up through sources, but what happened there?
So I think yesterday the AGM, as far as the AGM is concerned, it was my first AGM, but what I heard from some of the other board members was that, it was very well conducted, the questions that came, a lot of the observations that were made by shareholders, you were very, very, constructive, very informed. It was conducted in a very orderly fashion, for which obviously I need to, thank the shareholders. Each of them, when they came and spoke, also talked about the fact that these are difficult times for financial services in India. We've had issues with respect to asset quality issues, the industry per se, but each of them reposed their faith. And if you see the way our resolutions were passed, shows how strongly the shareholders stood behind the bank. So I would say that there was nothing at all untoward which happened in yesterday's AGM. Or some observations that were made or concerns that were expressed, that should be a matter of either a speculation or a concern whatsoever.
We've not picked up anything. I would have imagined that when you see such a sharp drop in a stock performance, the retail shareholder, normally they tend to get anxious.
Yes.
But, frankly, I can speak on behalf of my channel that we have not really picked up any speculative fervor and anxiety from some people who've attended the AGM. So I think the AGM was very well conducted.
It was well conducted, but like I said, that credit to our investors and our shareholders who were there, who came and obviously did express some concern with respect to the share price having come off, but equally felt totally confident that we will rebound very quickly, and the fact that they stood behind the bank. It is interesting actually that many of them suggested that if you're looking to raise capital, why don't you do a rights issue, and each of us will come and participate in that.
Oh, you actually got that sense.
So and it didn't come from 1 or 2 shareholders, it came from multiple shareholders. So as a matter of fact, that was again very gratifying to see that how much goodwill the bank enjoys with the shareholders.
That's very